Okay, hi guys, it's going to be the very first video of my vlog or blog, I'm not sure. I'm going to record the progress, how I study music. Maybe I should say several words about myself, although I intend to record this particular video as simply some statement of my abilities, my skills, and maybe to record a tiny bit of my practice in order to be able to compare my progress in a month, probably in a month. I'm not sure, probably once per month is a nice period of posting or recording videos or measuring the progress in order to not abuse anyone, abuse the cloud powers of YouTube storage, and abuse my own training process. And I only study music as a hobby. It seems I have to say a little bit about myself. So I've been playing several years as an amateur string player. I played bass guitar, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and several bands. I tried to compose music to incorporate myself playing with the others. However, it all didn't it weren't happening as I would like it to happen. My playing skills were not, my technical skills were not very consistent. I lacked the sense of rhythm all the time, and moreover, I dramatically injured my hand so that my finger cannot bend anymore due to the injured ligaments, and therefore several years later, I decided to start some sort of musical activities or practices again. I have to become an ambidextrous person, or simply switch my working hands, so now I play as a lefty, as a left-handed player, so I pluck with my left, fret with my right, as I can't possibly pluck with my left, and I have 3 working fingers there. Moreover, I using a pick, and also I probably could hold it in the thumb and first finger, index finger. I deliberately chose to use my thumb and middle finger in order to take all the stress of that finger. Well, maybe it recovers. Maybe, I'm not sure. Healthy food, maybe regimen, maybe doctors, maybe healers, holistic approach, I'm not sure. Maybe some of it, or just the universe, will help. And still, in the meantime, I don't want it to endure any stress. So basically I have to build up my technique from the beginning, and surely I'm not going to start, I wasn't even intending to start from the technique, and I don't even care about this a lot. I don't care about the instrument. I bought the ukulele in order so that it could help me as an instrument in learning music, in developing the pitch, as it's cheap and it's a string instrument. I can take it with me anywhere I go. It's even much more comfortable to take the ukulele. It's a tenor uke with you than a guitar. It's really, it takes really less space. So that's it. But my first intention was, and still is, has been to develop this strong rhythm foundation and the strong foundation of a pitch inside me, to develop my conscious, to be able to perceive the music in the first place. So I not even going to play. I'd like to make covers, to jam with other musicians, to simply play something on the street. Still, I don't consider it as something super really important. My main goal is to develop the rhythm, which is crucial not only for musicianship, but I believe it's crucial in sports and work, in daily life, in speech, in conversation. I would like to develop my pitch to be able to listen carefully, maybe to sing along with the tunes just as a listener, to enjoy them more, maybe to be able to understand the complex musical patterns of a more elaborated or advanced styles of music. And surely I like all sorts of music, Smashing Pumpkins, remembering Shakti, Indian classical, Carnatic, Hindustani music. Don't like classical music, don't like jazz, don't understand them. So maybe that's one of the goals which I'm trying to achieve, to develop my ear enough to be able to consume the wider, broader range of music. That's it. So I basically rely on my experience of playing on string instruments and on the course of David Lucas Birch of developing the relative pitch. I believe it's absolutely a magnificent course, and you probably can buy it. And this course basically has nothing super really unique inside. The ways of developing the relative pitch are well known through ages. It just systematizes in a very logical way. So it introduces intervals one after another and requires the learner to learn the names, the spellings of each the intervals, and then it simply drills it chromatically up and down the scale, the chromatic scale, and it is designed to provide a strong foundation for all the other scales, to know each the interval, to know the spelling, to recognize it fast, to sing it, to recognize it, to be able to produce it fast, up and down, with equal ease. I believe it is very important. And as I believe that when you learn the foreign language, the ability to pronounce sounds in a more correct way, to mimic the pronunciation of the native speakers, also helps you a lot with recognizing these same sounds. So certainly, it's so very well known, and I'm not telling anything new. I hope that as my progress will be depicted on this series of videos, and I've probably been training for 2 months or a month, I don't remember exactly, maybe something in between, as my progress is going to be depicted on this channel. These simple principles, well-known principles, might be shown and proved to be efficiently working, and therefore important for amateur musicians or even amateur not musicians or music apprentices like me. So, well, my activities. I also use the course of Pavel Berezhansky, which is a Russian name. Pavel Berezhansky is introduced the absolute course, the course for developing the absolute pitch, and it's very interesting. It has a lot of theoretical arguing, reasoning underlying, and it's very interesting. And it's also the course that you might probably buy from the author, especially if you live in Russia. This course is intended to develop this mythical skill of absolute pitch. As far as I know, there is no certain point of view whether it could be developed or not by an adult or by any child. There are known to be some practices which help in developing it and may be crucial to develop it if the learner, if the subject is well enough talented. Yet it's not like the simple relative pitch which you drill, you study and you obtain it. There are no guarantees. Still, there are nice exercises, and I hope that I will develop it as well. Also, I do not consider it as my main goal. My main goal is to develop the strong relative pitch and the sense of rhythm. And as a mean to develop the sense of rhythm, I certainly will be trying to use metronome. I never did it in my experience of an amateur musician, and that was my main probably fault, my main flaw in my studies and my activities. It's now I try to use it all the time when I perform some technical exercise. Not doing too much of them. And also I listened the a gateway to rhythm video course by John McLaughlin and Selva Ganesh, the Remembering Shakti. And these musicians are purely inspiration. They are Guru Shri Pandits, great teachers. So it's very nice that we could know the roots of their talents, of their music, not only via the music itself, which could be quite complicated, but also via these courses, this course. And it says about the Southern Indian classical vocal percussion, maybe not classical, technique. It's called Kon Nakol, and I believe it's one of the greatest shortcuts possible in order to start feeling the subdivisions of rhythm, the feel, to develop the strong feel of rhythm. And I'm somewhere in the middle. As I said, I only have maybe 15 minutes to an hour each day to develop, to play music, to walk in the field. So I will be trying to incorporate it as well. And there are certainly much more resources on Konakol, especially if you live in India, I suppose. I'm not living in India. In the YouTube, there are many people, and it's certainly worth of learning of them as well. Basically, these are my main learning materials or guidelines. And also I've just finished the course at the Coursera site, which was provided by the University of the Edinburgh, and that was again Nikki Moran. I remember her name, Zach. There were a lot of very nice teachers, and that course basically wrapped up my knowledge of musical notation, of Western common practice, musical theory, the very basics of harmony. These things are very helpful. This course was actually revealing in its latter section about the modulations, about the existence of such strong relationships between the chords, like between the dominant chord of the key and its tonic chord, and how these things could be used and figured out from the notation or from the sound in order to analyze music. And this analysis actually corresponds and correlates with the basic feel that even a child, not that a child or a person without any knowledge of musical theory has. So the emotions are the same. That's nice. That's very interesting. Yet that was probably too much for an introduction. So I'll probably put this video aside and call it something like, hello, my name is Andre, and I'll start piling the first video with my practices in a short time. Farewell.